In this section, we're going to learn how to do the negation of a conditional statement, the if P then Q. Now, to do the negation, the opposite of if P then Q is P and not Q. So here's how it would be written, if P then Q, and when you do the negation, you put it in parentheses, put the little not in front. Not if P then Q is equivalent to P and not Q. So let's look at that in an example. Write the negation of if too much homework is given, there's understood, there's a then there, then a class should not be taken. Okay, so we're going to let P be too much homework is given. Q is going to be a class should be taken. Now, since they said not, we put not Q. So this stands for if P, then not Q. Now, remember when we do the negation of that, we do P and we do the opposite of Q. Okay, so when we do the negation of this, we're going to leave the P the same. Too much homework is given. And we're going to do the opposite of Q. Since they said the class should not be taken, we're going to change that and say the class should be taken. So we leave the P alone. Too much homework is given. We change it to an and then we do the opposite of the Q. They said the class should not be taken, so we say the class should be taken. This would be the negation. There's another way to do negation of and ors. This is called De Morgan's Law. Now, De Morgan's Law says when you have the opposite of an and, it turns into not P or not Q. One easy way to remember it, you're distributing the not, if you want to think about it like algebra, and you're flipping the sign here. So the negation of or would be not P and not Q. Those are called De Morgan's laws. So let's look at this. This is the proof that shows the truth table for De Morgan's laws. So here's P and Q. And notice if you do the opposite, this is what you get. False, true, 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 true. Okay. Now, if we distribute this and make it not P or not Q, notice when we do a truth table for that, not P or not Q, we get false, true, true, true. So those are equivalent. Now, example 2 says, let me get a different color here in case we need it. It says, write a statement that is equivalent to, it is not true that. Anytime you see it is not true that, that's where you put the little negation in front of parentheses, okay? Anytime you see that, you put a negation in front of parentheses. It is not true that Atlanta and California are cities. So we're going to let P be Atlanta is a city. We're going to let Q be California is a city. And we're going to do it is not true that, the little negation in parentheses, Atlanta and California are cities. Okay, now remember the opposite is going to be not P or not Q, right? So we're going to change this to Atlanta is not a city or California is not a city. That's how we do the negation of this one, of P and Q. The negation is not P or not Q.